Hello and welcome. In today's video, I'm going to show you how I make my kitchen sponges. These are incredibly easy to make. You only need scraps of fabric and an old towel to make them. And you can either stuff them with shop bought cotton stuffing, or as I have done on several of mine, just use up some of your small scraps of fabric, cut them up tiny, and they'll do. They're ideal for wiping down work surfaces or doing the washing up. And when you've finished using them, I'm going to show you a nifty way to make them clean and hygienic again. So you can use them again and again and again. In fact, keep using them until they wear out. So let's get started.
Then place one piece on top of the other with right sides facing. If you want rounded corners, use a rounded out item like I'm using to draw round on each corner to round off the corners. Then put one clip or pin on each side and cut the rounded corners off. Then with a fabric pen on one of the longer sides, mark about a 3-inch or 6cm opening. Then starting at one of the marks you made, sew all the way round to the other mark, taking a 1/4 inch seam allowance, carefully going round the corners. Take your time, there's no rush, removing your clips as you go along, and then back tack at the end. Next, clip the corners. I like to cut little V's into the corners, but don't cut into the stitching about 1/8 of an inch or 1/16 of an inch away from your stitching. Do this to all 4 of your curved corners. Then turn the right side out through the opening that you left. Because you've curved your corners, you'll just need your finger to push out the corners. The toweling does make quite a mess, so I like to clean up as I go along with my little hoover. Then carefully press around all 4 sides and your corners, and remember to turn under the opening that you left by 1/4 of an inch, and then press this in place. Next, you need to stuff your washing up scrubber, and I'm using a cotton stuffing. It's 100% cotton, and the reason I'm using 100% cotton is because I want it to be biodegradable, but also if you use all cotton, then it's much easier for cleaning your cleaning cloth after use. I'll show you how to do that later. Once you have sufficient stuffing in your sponge, you'll need to close the opening. So I put a couple of clips over the opening that I left. Now here's another way of stuffing your sponge, and that is to use up some of your leftover offcuts of fabric, just the small offcuts that you can't use for anything else. Chop them up as small as you can and then stuff your unsponge with these. And then at my sewing machine I sew the opening closed. Now if you want to, you can leave it at this and you can just sew the opening closed, but me, I like top stitching, so I decided as it's only lightly stuffed, it would be very easy to go all the way around the edge with a top stitch. So that's what I did, but this isn't necessary. You can just close the opening if you wish. And that's your finished unsponge.
As promised, I'm going to share with you how I sterilise and wash my cloths. First, I wash them in soapy water, just by hand, just give them a quick rinse in some soapy water. Then while they're still fairly wet, they need to be quite wet,
place in your microwave and on full power, microwave for 1 to 2 minutes, checking after 1 minute, and repeat for another minute if you can't see steam coming off your cloth. After your 2nd minute, remove from the microwave with a pair of kitchen tongs, or you can leave to cool in the microwave if you prefer.
Thank you very much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope you managed to make some of these sponges, or unsponges should I say.